Hurricane season is upon us, and that means making sure your operation is storm ready. From the National Business Aviation Association, this is Flight Plan. I'm Pete Combs with your trusted source for business aviation news. When it comes to the intersection of aviation and weather, few people are as knowledgeable as John Kosak. He's the weather program manager within NBAA's Air Traffic Services. Hurricane season starts June 1st. It ends November 30th, and now he says is a very good time to review your plans.
If somebody has an SMS system or they have written down, this is what we're going to do, this is how far we want to be from tropical storm force winds or hurricane force winds, that's not too hard to make sure you get out of that way.
John says a hurricane has the potential to impact your business no matter where you are because it's all about where you fly. And in those circumstances, John says, NBAA's Air Traffic Services Desk, located inside the National Air Traffic Control Command Center near Washington's Dulles International Airport, can help.
When we're out at the command center, again, on the operations floor with everybody out there, we have access to all the information that's coming in from throughout the national airspace system and all the surrounding airspace systems that the United States interacts with. So we're going to be paying attention to these storms coming across the Atlantic or coming up from the Pacific. And what's really going to set us in motion is that the FAA will usually start to host their hurricane telcons about 48 hours before they think that it could impact U.S. facilities or U.S. territories. Once that happens, we're going to start sending out hurricane updates to the NBAA airspace alerts to let people know that we're monitoring the situation and give them a basic heads up on what is going on.
Among the information business aircraft operators will find most useful in these scenarios, word of airport closures.
That's one of those things that's kind of tricky. So on the OIS page, the Operational Information System page that the FAA monitors, you'll see a list of airport closures up there. Part of the problem with that is that a lot of times we only get the major ones up there. So what we like to remind people is that the best way to be sure of the status of an airport is to check NOTAMs. NOTAMs are the final say on whether an airport is open or closed. Now, there's one other part that goes with that, and that's a phrase called ATC 0 that you'll hear. And ATC 0 just means that the FAA personnel have left the building. For their safety, they've gotten out. That doesn't necessarily close the airport, but then it's going to revert to an uncontrolled airfield.
I'll have more on hurricanes and the national airspace in just a moment. But first, please, this message.
Did you know that every employee of a member company has access to member benefits and services? So if your company is an NBAA member, you too can take advantage of these valuable resources for your flight operation and business. Create your login and immediately access exclusive benefits like airmail, the member directory, and all the members-only tools available on our website. Create your free online account today at www.nbaa.org/password.
Welcome back to NBAA's Flight Plan. I'm Pete Combs. I'm talking with John Kosak, Weather Program Manager at NBAA's Air Traffic Services, about the things we need to know at the onset of hurricane season. And we've talked about looking for airport closures and the difference between a closed airport and one that's designated ATC 0. Of course, things can change mighty fast in stormy weather, so even if you verify the airport is open, John says you might take it one step further.
People are going to want to check the FBOs. Just because the airport's open doesn't necessarily mean that the FBO ramp is clear. The FBO may not be staffed.
To find out more about how air traffic services can help you, check out nbaa.org/ops/airspace. And to get the latest on tropical storm watches and warnings, check out the National Hurricane Center webpage at nhc.noaa.gov. Also, you can help with disaster recovery by registering in our HERO database. For more information on that, go to nbaa.org/ops/HERO. And that's the latest from the National Business Aviation Association. I'm Pete Combs. Thanks for listening to Flight Plan.